I mean, his name is Luka Magic for a reason, and you see that. You see his play on the game. He's a very transcendent player.
Do you realize this, Malika? I played with 15 Hall of Famers. None of them cheated the game where they didn't give forth the effort on both ends of the floor. Again, Luka, this is why Nico and the Dallas Mavericks stopped believing in you.
Good. What stood out to you the most about Luka's performance?
I'm trying to keep the excitement down.
It's okay.
Luka Doncic was never meant to blend into the background. From the moment he laced up in the NBA, he played like the game belonged to him, combining smooth European flair with fearless swagger and a basketball IQ that felt light years beyond his age. But now, the spotlight isn't just following him, it's blazing. His story has taken a dramatic twist. Yes, the jaw-dropping triple-doubles and clutch plays still headline the highlights. But it's the shockwave of a blockbuster trade that's turning heads. When Dallas shipped Luka off to Los Angeles, fans were left speechless. Luka wearing purple and gold. It felt surreal. But now, it's starting to look like fate. He's not just fitting in, he's taking over. Every no-look assist, every three feels like a message to the league. He's here to make history. The crowd has split, some cheer, others question Dallas' move, and a few still believe it's all part of a long-term master plan. At the same time, Anthony Edwards is rising fast, turning heads with his explosive athleticism and undeniable charisma. But don't let the highlight reels fool you. He's a grinder, a thinker, and a true student of the game. When someone like Edwards calls Luka must-watch film, you know something special is happening. Luka isn't just performing anymore, he's setting the bar. In the league, it's paying close attention.
And watch how they try to manipulate themselves, especially Luka. I watch a lot of Luka, seeing how he attacked the double team, even though we play at different paces, but just seeing his strategy to beat the double team, I think that helps me a lot.
Success isn't just a viral quote, it's a rising NBA superstar. Anthony Edwards, giving major props to Luka Doncic as a true artist of the game. Known for his high-flying dunks and unmatched energy, Edwards admits he studies Luka's moves like a student watches a legend. And respect like that, it's earned, not handed out. While Edwards brings thunder and speed to the court, Luka operates like a chess master. His style isn't about outpacing the clock, it's about owning every moment. With ice-cold focus, he dissects defenses like he's reading from a playbook only he can see. And when someone as electric as Edwards is taking notes from Luka's playbook, that speaks volumes. Because Luka's brilliance goes far deeper than highlight reels or stat sheet. He controls the rhythm, anticipates plays before they unfold, and manipulates defenses with a calm, calculated presence. He's not reacting to the game, he's writing the script in real time, and he's not alone on that pedestal. Across the league, more and more young stars are pointing to Luka's mental edge, his control, timing, and court vision. New blue. He's not just a player people admire, he's the model others are building. Luka isn't just changing games, he's changing the way the next generation thinks about basketball. When your playstyle starts, the league grows. That's when you go from standout to standard. Just ask Mark. The longtime Mavericks owner once put his franchise's hopes on Luka. Now, he's speaking out, not with a polished press release, but with the unfiltered tone of someone who still feels the shockwaves of a trade that flipped everything upside down.
Hard being in that position to go, you know, this guy, you like the guy, you go, this is a skilled guy, but you have to look at a team's needs. And
yeah, it is, right? Because you develop personal relationships, you know, with them. And like, I love Luka, right? You know, we weren't best buddies, but I would text him all the time and DM him and, you know, try to, you know, I would give him all these motivational quotes, even gave him books to read and stuff to read, you know, and so we had a good relationship, got along great with his dad. I mean, I was just as dumbfounded as everybody else.
Mark Cuban didn't just say the trade was tough, he sounded like a man, mourning something deeper. His voice carried the weight of someone who just realized the texts he's rereading don't mean the same anymore. This wasn't business as usual. For Cuban, this cut close. This is the same guy who stood by Dirk Nowitzki through every high and low, who shaped a franchise around loyalty and legacy. He poured everything into Luka, celebrating each buzzer beater like a proud father. And now, that chapter turns without him. Luka Doncic, wearing purple and gold, dazzling in LA. While Cuban looks on from afar, there's something in Cuban's voice riff, like he knows. Deep down, this wasn't how it was supposed to play out, and he's not alone in that realization. On the Gilbert Arenas show, what started as a casual debate about Luka's place among the greats suddenly got quiet. The room shifted. It stopped being about per MVP races or highlight tapes. They hit a question that echoed far beyond the studio walls. Is this the start of a dynasty, or the kind of mistake you never come back from? Even die-hard Lakers fans had to sit with that one, because sometimes, the biggest moments in NBA history don't feel like victories, they feel like questions we're not ready to answer.
Figure out how fast do I put him in my top 5?
Laker? Top 5 Laker?
Top
Right?
What?
Is that
Wait,
top
top
5?
All time.
A top 5 Laker?
Or top 5
Yeah.
player?
A top 5 Laker all time?
Yeah.
Doncic hasn't been in Los Angeles long, but he's already rewriting the script and people are noticing. Not just fans, not just the media, but voices that carry weight in the basketball world. One of them, Gilbert Arenas. The former All-Star isn't one to toss around praise lightly. He's blunt, sharp, and usually 2 steps ahead of the narrative. But even he's taking a step back, watching Luka dominate, and asking the kind of question that stops a how is this guy already playing at that level? Because Luka isn't just filling box scores, he's authoring a legacy in real time. The poise, the pace, the way he bends defenses to his willets, all happening with a rhythm that feels generational. It's so overwhelming, so polished, that Gilbert is already asking the unthinkable. Does Luka belong in the conversation with the all-time great Lakers? Most players spend years chasing that type of legacy. Luka is dragging it into the spotlight after just a handful of games. And then, there's LeBron. When LeBron James speaks, the league listens. He's not just the face of an arrow, he's the architect of greatness. So when he pauses to talk about Luka's rise, it's not just veteran to young star praise. It's a signal, a passing of the torch. Maybe not yet, but the reverence is real. LeBron's been where Luka is, on the edge of something massive, carrying a franchise while making history night after night. His respect doesn't just validate Luka's rise, it amplifies it, because this isn't a flash in the pan. This feels like the dawn of something legendary.
His name is Luka Magic for a reason, and you see that, you see his play on the game. He's a very transcendent player, and if you talk about that moment. You got to think. I can't put myself in his shoes because I've never been traded before, but I can have a sense and be a human being to know you commit to a franchise for 7 years and you feel like, this is the place where I'm gonna be. This is my comfort.
Think about this for a second. LeBron James, the man who's carried the NBA spotlight for 2 decades, says even he can't wrap his head around what Luka Doncic just experienced. Yes, that LeBron, the icon, the constant headline. The guy who's built legacies under pressure most players couldn't survive. And he is stunned. That tells you all you need to know. This wasn't just another player deal. This was seismic, a move that rattled the foundation. Luka wasn't just Dallas' star, he was its heartbeat. So when the Mavericks sent him packing, it wasn't just business. It felt personal. But here's where the story shifts. Instead of folding under the weight, Luka turned the moment into fuel. He didn't lash out. He didn't spiral. He showed up, locked in, and started torching the league with a cool intensity that few players can summon. This wasn't anger, it was greatness, sharpening its edge. And when LeBron nods in your direction, it's not just a compliment. It's a torch being passed. It's respect from one generational phenom to the next. Even Jim Rome, known for cutting through the noise, didn't bother with analysis. He summed it up in a single word. Dude, that pause, that disbelief. It echoed what everyone felt. Because Luka didn't just survive a blockbuster trade, he flipped it on its head. He's not the victim in this deal, he's the evolution. The living proof that the guy you trade away might just return as something far more dangerous.